What's up, everybody? Anthony from Granddaddy Herps, and as you can see, I got a huge mess of stuff here. Wanted to make this video because I get asked all the time, you know, what is needed to care for a ball python, and there's, you know, a lot of methods and whatnot, but I want to make something to show, you know, people that, you know, the essentials for a baby ball python or a ball python in general is actually really easy. But more so, I lose a lot of sales to people that inquire about my animals for sale, and then they say, you know, or they ask, you know, if I have any supplies for sale, you know, if I can like sell them like basically everything that they'll need to care for a ball python. But you know, I'm not a store, I don't have that stuff just laying around. And I tell them, you know, you don't have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on an enclosure right away. You can use this method that I'm going to show everyone to basically allow you to get your animal a lot faster. You know, if you're that person that you just have to have one, this is going to be a great solution to basically house your ball python until you do have the extra money to be able to afford like a really nice setup for your snake, because, you know, all that stuff does, you know, cost really good money. But this is going to show everybody how to do it right and really cheap. So basically what I have here, this is a 31 or 32 quart tub. Let me see. It's a 32 quart tub. And of course, for a baby ball python, you can get something a lot smaller, but this is just what I had laying around. So basically, these tubs are really good for humidity. Ball pythons need humidity to assist with shedding. So you know, like the fish tank style enclosures are not good at all for ball pythons because too much air is released, or it can leave the top of the screen. So the best thing to do is buy those enclosures that have like a front door with like a sliding glass. Those are the best because, you know, when the heat rises and stuff and the air rises, it's not going to escape out the top. It'll only escape out of like the little cracks in the enclosure, which is really good for keeping in humidity. And with a little setup like this, your water bowl is plenty enough water and moisture to be able to allow the snake to shed, you know, perfectly fine. So, you know, a lot of people with their tubs, they go and they drill 1,000 holes, which basically defeats the purpose as well. So as you can see, I have, you know, 1, 2, 3 holes on the side, or 4 holes, 5 holes actually. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An extra layer here, you know, would be okay. You know, just 2 rows of holes, like 5, so like 10 holes on each side. I have a few holes, you know, up here, here, and it's basically the same on the other side. That's all you need. You don't need to go, you know, above and beyond on that stuff. And a couple supplies that are really awesome. This is a soldering iron. You can get one at Walmart for probably around 10 bucks. That's where I got this one. This thing does wonders. When it's hot, it just melts through the plastic like butter, so you can get some nice perfect holes. That way you don't have to take a drill bit to it and, you know, mess it up. But as far as beginner snake goes, or a beginner, a pair of these is essential for feeding your snake. You know, I've, you know, never had these when I was younger, so you don't really need them, but it definitely helps. The good thing for cleaning tubs is an old toothbrush. This thing does wonders. It scrubs off all the poop. You can use the hard side, like you can see it's all worn, to when the poop dries, to like really scrape it off. That's a good tool to have. But yeah, you can use newspaper, you can use paper towels, you can use real bedding if you want. This is to help, again, this is going to be the cost-effective way, you know, save your money. So basically what you need to buy a tub, one that has the locking latches. This one did originally, but I don't need it, so I broke off all the latches and I threw them away. You know, so basically this thing would sit on top and have latches so you can latch it. And this isn't going to be the prettiest. This isn't for, you know, a pretty looking setup. This is so you can take care of your ball python while you save up the money to buy a nice enclosure. This is so you can get your ball python faster and start learning a lot faster. What you'll need, and honestly, a lot of people use heat lamps for their ball python enclosures. Those are okay, but if you want something much better, get yourself one of these. This is a thermostat. So what you do is you buy a heat pad, you plug it into here, and this allows you to control the temperature. This is also going to help you save money in the long run on your electric bill. You know, you can plug a heat lamp into one of these too to, you know, do the same effect. Then you have a probe, and the probe goes directly on your heat source. That way it's more accurate. You get a more accurate reading. But so you get one of those. Then this is a heat pad. This is an old style heat pad. This is actually not like a reptile one, but it does the same thing. This is what people use to, like if they have like back aches and whatnot, back pain, they, put this underneath their back or under their pillow and they can basically have a heat pad. But I've used this, it works. I use this when I get new ball pythons and I want to, I can't think of the word right now, brain farting right now, but basically you separate your new reptiles from your current collection. That way none of them, in case they have like diseases and stuff, they don't infect your entire collection. I can't believe I can't think of the word right now. Quarantine, that's it. Okay, so you stick the heat pad, and my suggestion is with the heat pad, as far as placement goes, if I were, sorry, I got all these cords and stuff. Let me disconnect the charger. I didn't let my camera charge. I wasn't planning on making this video. I was planning on making this video, but I just wasn't planning on it at this very moment. But I knew I had to get to it because I told someone I was going to. But let me set this, and I know I'm doing it on the stove. But as far as placement goes, I would only have it covering this much. I wouldn't have it covering more than half of the tub, just because that's too much. It doesn't really allow a smooth gradient for your reptile to be able to get to the cool side, But heat pads are good for snakes because it's better for them to be able to get to the heat source easier, less stressful, and it also helps them with like their metabolism and allowing their food to digest their food, and it's just a lot better for them. So that's what I would do. So plug the thermostat like right here, or attach the thermostat like right here or underneath the bottom of the tub. Set it to a reasonable warm temperature so your snake can get there. Give your ball python a hide that makes them feel safe and secure, especially because this is completely see-through in all corners. Get yourself a little water bowl, and that is all you need to care for a ball python. Literally, that's all you need. You must be like, especially people that aren't familiar with ball pythons and done their research in the wild, they think that this is like inhumane or cruel. Actually, ball pythons in the wild, they are often found under termite mounds or hiding inside like little rat or rabbit holes. Basically, all they do is sleep all day. They're called ball pythons for a reason. They like to ball themselves up in a tight spot, and then the only time they ever really come out of that is when they're hungry. That once or twice a week, they'll go out, they'll find their food, they'll kill it, they'll eat it, and they'll go right back to their hiding spot or find a new hiding spot. That's all they do. Their instincts are eat, poop, feed, and breed. That's basically, so this is actually helping the animal thrive and feel basically really secure. So again, that's all you need. This is, everything here. This tub is probably like $4 or $5. The hide itself is probably closer to $10, but you can make a hide out of a bunch of old, for instance, your butter. If you get the big jug of butter, when that runs out, you flip that upside down, cut out a hole. There's your hide. You can, get creative. Your water dishes, you can find some cheap water dishes at Walmart. You know what I mean? So that thermostat you can find on Craigslist. Do your research, get them for like $20, $30. So all of this all together, you can spend less than $50 and be able to house a ball python perfectly. Again, these tools are like less than $10 a pop. So, hope this video helps. I'm gonna use this video to refer, to other people, that want to buy animals and like, oh, I don't have the money for, a nice setup or an enclosure, or I want to wait until I have the money for an enclosure. This is gonna help you speed up the process, and this is also good for quarantining. So, if you buy a new snake, don't just throw it in your rack right away, because if that snake has parasites, if it has disease, you're gonna infect your whole collection. Respiratory infection is one of those infections that can be caught through the air. You don't have to necessarily have skin on skin. That it can spread through the air. So this is a good way to quarantine your animals too. Sorry about the long video, guys, but this is something I've been meaning to do, and I know a lot of people have questions, and so I just wanted to answer it for you guys. As always, Anthony from Granddaddy Herps. Can't make a snake video without putting a snake in there. Gosh, what was I thinking? Here, little girl. Go inside. She's not shy. She doesn't care about hiding. This is a Karma ball python. Doing very well. She's right at about 500 grams, so you can see the size of the enclosure with the 500 gram ball python. Beauty. Peace.